The AEW Fight Forever video game is dying, and it's only been a month since it's been released, and it's not because the game is not fun, because it is very fun. First and foremost, I want to highlight that the AEW game is very fun to play. Getting into the game and playing the characters is very fun to play in this game. When you actually pick like an Orange Cassidy or a Penta or whoever you pick, they actually feel like that character, and playing the game is very fun. They made the control scheme very good, and just the overall speed of the gameplay keeps you engaged and want to come back to keep playing matches. And that's why I think this game is very, very good. But at this point, I will say that you've probably done everything that there is to do in this game. Probably already gone through it. You've unlocked Brody Lee. You've gone through, got Paul White, Big Show, and you've already probably played and got those 100 matches to unlock Owen Hart. As far as the unlockables go, you've probably already got all of them. But after that, the only thing left is really the online, and that is the ranked play. Ranked play is a competitive online mode where you can go on, you can play against one person or however you want to play the game mode, and then you can compete with them and get up on the leaderboard and rank up and down, and then you would be matched with people in your similar ranked, and that's how ranked mode should go. And that'll get people to keep playing the game and coming back to it and trying to rank up and do the best that they can. It's the competitive style for the game, because I think this game is very good, and I think there is a competitive nature to this game, and I think that a competitive playstyle is very much in tune for what the game is set out to be, and fine-tuning it and making it perfect would actually solve some issues when it comes to a ranked competitive playlist. Like I said, ranked is going to keep this game in the long run when it comes down to it, because really, if you're going to keep coming back to try and rank up and have competitive good matches, that's going to make this game very, very fun. I always think of Call of Duty or Halo or whatever, when they have their ranks set up, that's how this game should have. They have too many options and too many menus. So what that does is, what that will do is it will split up the player base. So people that are playing ranked, there's not a lot of people that are going to be matched up, because everybody's playing, oh, I'm playing for a lights out match or a barbed wire match. But no one's going to sit there and wait for a match. If they're not getting any matches, they're just going to move on to something else. So what they need to do is simplify it. What I would do is I would have a single 1v1 match ranked, just a regular match ranked, and then I would make a gimmick match ranked playlist, which would be the lights out match, the barbed wire match, and the ladder match. So when you go into there, you don't know what match you're going to get, but you'll get a random one, or you can vote on it, or however you want to do it. I know Call of Duty had a voting system at one point. If you want to do that, you could, or whatever. But really, what needs to happen is you just need the gimmick match playlist. So if you go into it, you're going to get matched up with people that are looking to play those gimmick matches as a ranked competitive playlist. Then you'll get one of those matches. You can try and win and rank up. Of course, with rank comes competitive nature of people wanting to win the matches, so they'll do whatever they can do, whether it's using a CAW that is ranked very, very high, which I don't think CAW should even be allowed on ranked, because it just makes it very unfair. You can rank up a character and give him skills and all these things that are different than playing against regular wrestlers in the game. So that should just be eliminated right off the bat. And also is some of the skills like bailout, because you can literally bail out on any move. If a person has bailout on theirs, you can just bail out and roll out of the ring and then revive yourself, and then just keep doing that over and over and over and over and over, which is very stupid. Unyielding poise is another one where you can just punch somebody and it doesn't hurt them, so you have to do more damage before you can actually punch them, and that's another one that just takes away from it. There's some of those abilities that are just not very good for ranked play. Maybe remove the abilities or have certain characters banned in ranked, or I don't know how you want to do it, but eliminating some of that cheese, including creator wrestlers, will make ranked a lot more fun. The biggest issue with ranked online has been people quitting. People just basically quit when they're losing, and then what happens is nothing. Nothing would happen to them. They did say that they were going to add one other thing, which would be if you quit out a lot, you're going to be matched up with other people that quit out a lot. One of the other things is they haven't decided if when somebody quits on you in a ranked match, will you get a win or will you get a draw? How does that work as far as ranked goes? They just haven't come to a decision on that, and I think that's kind of where the issue lies here, is the updates, is the lack of updates and the speed at which updates are actually implemented. You can't wait forever. You got to get this stuff out, and also just being clear and concise and giving us the updates that we want and telling us what's actually going on. They do have DLC planned with the Limitless Bunny update and the Hookhausen update coming. They also have talked about Stadium Stampede, which is that Fortnite Battle Royale style game mode that's similar to Rumbleverse. But again, they haven't really announced when that's coming out. They haven't even given us a roadmap, as they say that there's not the right time to put out a roadmap. And I think that is completely false. Any game has an internal roadmap that they should be following to figure out where they're going to go with this game. But I will say one of my favorite games was the Friday the 13th video game, which, yeah, it kind of fizzled out and the development went elsewhere because of a lawsuit. But I will say this, they had a very clear roadmap of where they wanted this game to go. They had all of the points that they wanted to check off, and you would get to this point and you'd go, okay, so the next point is this. And they had a visual roadmap that they posted on their website that showed you this is when this DLC is coming out, this is when this free game mode's coming out, because you knew that they were going to support the game, or they were going to try to support the game, because they had a clear picture of where they wanted to go. At this point, I don't know what the clear picture is for this game. I don't know what their roadmap is. I don't know if Stadium Stampede's going to come out and then they're going to go ahead and support that like crazy and put all the DLC into that. Going to have a battle pass where you unlock new attires for characters and you unlock new characters and game modes and all this through the Stadium Stampede, or if that's even a thing, because we have not talked about it. They have not talked about it, and we have no clue as a community what's going on. If you have a little roadmap that tells us this is where we want to go with this game, we're going to curve here and go here and do this and do that, that's what we want to do, let's do that. My thought process as I'm thinking about this is, did this game sell enough copies? Did this game sell enough copies to make it viable to give out free updates, to give out the DLC, to give out all this stuff that they want to do to support this game in the long term? And will THQ Nordic, the AEW game studio, support this game? Yuke's, will they support this game as far as they want to go into the future? Do they make enough money off it? Is the return on investment, the ROI, is it high enough for them to actually warrant giving out free updates, to give this Stadium Stampede, to do a battle pass, to do all this stuff? Or did they just clearly not sell enough copies and they're just going to kind of leave it as it is, kind of brush it under the rug and move on? Maybe give out some updates and then maybe work on the next game. Maybe they sold enough to try and build to another game. But what I heard is they spent a lot of money building this game since like day one. They were working on this AEW game, and you would think that they would want to support it going on and on and on and on, and give out those updates and have that roadmap. And I think having a clear roadmap telling the community where this is going to go and clearly putting out these updates faster, that's one of the issues, is that they don't have the updates faster. You can say that something is going to change, but if you don't change it right away, the community just doesn't care. It's been a month. People have already said, you know what, I've already moved on. I'm waiting for Stadium Stampede. Once Stadium Stampede comes out, I'll start playing the game again. And there's always opportunity to grow games. There's games that have been in the dumps, but they've brought themselves back up and they've gone very, very good because they have actually updated the game. A lot of times it takes a little bit of work, but once you get there, the community will support it and they'll start playing it and they'll have a good time with the game. But you have to build that trust with that community, because there's a lot of games that come out and they're not very good. They're like unfinished versions of the game, and it's like only they would just update it. And sometimes games do that and they live on and they prosper. It's happened a lot. It's happened a lot in video games. But if they don't do that with the AEW game, then I feel like the worst is the worst, and we're just either going to never get another video game, or we're just going to move on from this and maybe get a second game. But I don't know. Hopefully they do support this game. They could build on it and they can keep releasing content and they can keep doing the updates, because I'd love to know where their head is and where they want to go with this game. But right now, we just don't really know.